Man, earlier today on the show, I talked about a FaZe Clan investor, that being rapper, well-known artist Sway Lee, leaving the organization. They're not only struggling in that regard, and hey, guys, okay, I get it. FaZe Clan is obviously doing very well in the entertainment industry. When it comes to one particular esport, though, that being Counterstrike, they are clearly very much hurting. In case you guys missed the last couple of days, one of the biggest CSGO transactions and acquirings and signings in history, that being Niko from FaZe Clan to join G2, and of course his cousin Hunter, joining the likes of Kenny S, and that roster is looking, obviously on paper like it should be one of the best of all time. We will see if they can live up to those expectations. Obviously a pretty large payday going towards FaZe Clan's way. That does not take away from the fact they lost a star-studded player, an in-game leader, and shortly thereafter also lost their coach YNk, who has now stepped down from the organization to see what will be, if they can actually fix those issues. As of right now, FaZe Clan's very own Coldzera, their other star-studded player, well noted on that roster, amongst many of course, has also noted he'll be sticking around with FaZe Clan to try and rebuild this roster. And the giant question I have for all of you guys is, where do you go from here? No matter who it is, whether it be a FaZe Clan or any other team out there, when you lose a star player who happens to be your IGL and your coach, your leading reins there as well, both of which who have been there now for a couple or if not several years, that's a big blow for any Counter-Strike roster, especially one who invested heavily to make that initial roster happen, and they even saw success towards the later periods with this roster. I thought it was actually very, very cool. I don't mean to brag, but it's awesome to get to the point where you have a social media following where some star pro players out there do respond. I took to Twitter to make this very weird statement. I guess not very weird, but with the departure of 100 Thieves now leaving CSGO officially and FaZe Clan having these big roster changes, it's really sucky to know that once they probably knew this was going to happen, once 100 Thieves probably knew they were close to the end of their contracts and the organization no longer being in Counter-Strike, once FaZe Clan knew Niko was probably going, their coach was probably going, that is when both those teams saw their best success. 100 Thieves, back-to-back grand finals appearances, unfortunately falling to Furia, but the best performances they had in their entire time with that organization. And FaZe Clan winning their latest title with Niko with his last matchup actually with the team. JW pointing out that, yeah, maybe once these players have no pressure, there is no pressure on the table, they can finally perform. I just thought it was a very curious point. So thank you, Mr. Wonderchild, for your response. That was pretty cool. Made my day. So we will see what FaZe Clan does. Can they rebuild what once was, Niko and Coldzera set to be a Titan roster that I think for the most part did not live up to expectations. But still, hey, we will see what they do. Now, speak of the devil, guys, we've actually talked about one of the biggest transactions, that being G2 Niko. Now we talk one of the first times ever on purpose. I believe the first deliberate, okay, on purpose substitution mid-match or mid-series in between maps. That's going to be Vitality 6-man. You guys know him as Nivera. Some of you might know him as Scream's younger brother. It's just so awesome to be covering CSGO for a length of time where all of a sudden we have younger brothers now taking off, where the older brother is in a completely different esport. That being Nivera, who is set to be Vitality 6-man, is now being subbed in, or has been subbed in, over at Blast Pro mid-series and in between maps for the first time ever in Counter-Strike history.
V3.
Well, Freya has some news for us. She's coming in to give us some hot tips. So what we got for this time around, Freya?
I do indeed. It's been the storyline of the day. Are we going to see those mid-match substitutions coming out from Vitality? And indeed, we are. Masuta is going to be coming out. Nivera is going to be coming in next for Dust 2. That's pretty spicy, guys. I'm very excited.
Masuta. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought for a second it was going to be shocked. I was going to start crying. Okay, Misuta's out, and there we have it. The roster change mid-series is happening.
And I like it, right? I'm all down.
Now, they did lose on that map, but they did also take this series. And it was very peculiar because we will not probably see this too often. Obviously, with the RMR system, it does kind of negate a lot of teams out there wanting to sub in players unless it's absolutely necessity by medical leave or some sort of exhaustion or fatigue by those players. But with Vitality seemingly already qualifying for whenever this next major will be, and Blast Pro being one of the very, very few TOs, it seems, allowing subs in between maps, we did see a 6-man sub in mid-series, which I personally thought was super, super cool to see. As per usual, what do you guys think about this? Thank you all for watching, all right? You enjoy your weekends, hang with some friends, hang with some family. I'll be here making videos. Drink some water, drink some coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon. Take care of yourselves, all right? Go, 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 go.